Happy Friday Eve, Chicago. Get your game faces on, friends, because we are sitting less than 60 hours away from the biggest Bears season opener in a generation. And you are right where you need to be. Chicago's best Bears pregame huddle. Welcome to the voice of the Chicago sports fan, Chicago Sports Podcast, Monsters of the Madhouse. Be sure to hit that YouTube subscribe button so you won't miss an electrifying episode. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We have a big-time Thursday night in Chicago on tap for you as the NFL officially kicks off the 2024 season tonight with a mega opening night doubleheader between the Ravens and reigning Super Bowl champions and Eagles and Green Bay Slackers. The most entertaining man in radio. Our guest tonight has a PhD in delivering show-stopping season opening performances. He manned the trenches as a standout defensive lineman for 10 seasons in the NFL, spent 5 seasons in Green Bay with his sanity intact, and now mans the co-host chair of Chicago's most entertaining sports roundtable, ESPN's 1000's blockbuster midway show, Carmen and Jurko, which airs 9 a.m., noon weekdays. He redefines boisterous. He exemplifies entertainment. He is the most listened even when he's reading the menu from Illuminati's. He's even a 300 bowler. He is the John Jurko Jurkovic. Jurko, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great. I got to correct you. I never had a 300 game in my life.
Oh!
I only had a 173. You got to be careful with Wikipedia. I got a buddy of mine that goes in there and tells people I'm a stamp collector. I collect coins. The only thing I've ever done is I had a hole-in-one in the golf course. So I've had one hole-in-one in my life. I've shot 6 over par twice. The highest bowling round I ever had was 173. I'd set them up in beautiful Griffith, Indiana, and that was 40 pins better than my previous high. So, not only that, the game is tied 7-7. Because Kansas City took the ball 5 plays, 63 yards. Xavier Worthy on a reverse for a touchdown.
Yeah, I got him on Underdog Fantasy. He's part of my 8-legger, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, the over looks like it's going to be a lock tonight. That's what it looks like. Yeah, and just as I say it, you know the over's not going to come in. I just jinxed the over. That's the first thing that I did for all the gamblers out there.
Jurko, I heard you've been over at Bridges Scoreboard a lot. I live right here in Griffith, and they're my number one sponsor.
Yeah, I've been over, Bridges. Mac used to do the show over at Bridges. So when our time was a little bit different, it allowed me to get over to Bridges and do a show at Mac. And with, what was his name? Pat Vanderwall. Pat Vanderwall was out there, too. Okay. So we did a show out there. And I know Jeff Bridges just passed away, so our condolences go out to the Bridges family.
I was at his committee, and Danny Mac's wife was there. She's like one of the leaders of the whole thing, and we're actually going to have it over at Avenue. We're right off of Route 6, right there in Griffith. It's Avenue 912, and that's going to be on the 27th of Friday. So I got some Bears coming out. Jim Morrissey's coming out. Jim Thornton, RoboCop will be there. Then Bruce Herron, BJ's dad, BJ top right, his dad will be there. Unless something changed. I don't want to put him on blast. So, people get busy, but, probably shouldn't have done that. Anyways, Jurko, I know you've told this story more times than the White Sox have lost games this season, but for our audience unfamiliar with John Jurkovic football origin story, how did a kid from, oh my God, I can't even pronounce this right. Please help me out. Friedrichshafen, is that right?
Yeah, Friedrichshafen, West Germany.
Sorry, bro. How did a kid from there, West Virginia, who grew up in Calumet City, first fall in love with football?
So, listen, my parents are from Yugoslavia. They escaped Yugoslavia in 1962. They went up to Germany. They had my sister and they had myself. So when I was 2 months old, they went to the United States. So I was born in August of 1967. At the end of October of 1967, I was in the United States. So I was born there. I came here as an infant, And then I basically grew up in the city of Chicago my whole life. So, made it to Calumet City. My brother and I like sports. I played football. I gravitated to football. My dad wanted me to play soccer, but there weren't a lot of soccer programs in the 70s in the state of Illinois. So what I do, I decided I wanted to play football. I liked football. I understood football.
Yeah.
I became a bigger kid, even though I was young for my class. And I just gravitated toward the sport. And I watched the Bears when I was young. And when I was young in 75 and 76 and 77, the Bears stunk. They were terrible. But the defense was good because you had Gary Fensick, you had Doug Plank, you had Virgil Livers, Alan Ellis, Jerry Muckenstern. The line had Wally Chambers, Jim Osborne. You had a young Mike Hartenstein. So the defense played tough.
Yeah.
So it was easy to watch them play good defense and have fun, but their offense stunk. They had Bob Avellini. They had Mike Phipps, Gary Huff. They were terrible. But the only reason you watch the Bears is because they had a young kid named Walter Payton that they got in 75. And he was entertaining enough, even though they stunk and they didn't win games. You're from Chicago. You watch the Chicago Bears play. So I gravitated toward football. Went to TF North, played well at TF North. Tom Zach had gotten out of there the year before I went, and he went to Ohio State. And there were a lot of kids from the Chicago area and the South Side that were playing and getting scholarships and going places. So I decided to go to TF North and play over there, and got a chance to go to Eastern Illinois after my senior year. Went down to EIU, the cradle of coaches and the cradle of quarterbacks, and didn't get drafted. Played in the All-Star game, went to the Combine. I had a knee injury in college. It kind of held it against me. The Goose came out the same year I did. The Goose had knee surgery too. The ACL, if you had ACL surgery in college, they looked at it as a negative. Now they don't look at it as a negative anymore. They got guys getting drafted in the first round that had ACLs. But me, the Goose, and John Randall were free agents in 1990. And John Randall was a Hall of Famer. So, and that's back when they had 12 rounds. So if you didn't get drafted in 12 rounds, you really had to suck,
Yeah.
You really had to be bad not to get drafted in 12 rounds. So
John Randall had that war paint, man. He was a badass, man.
Yeah.
I love that guy. It was a purple people leader.
And
Except for when he was against the Bears, bro.
I played in an all-star game in San Francisco with John Randall. It was the Division I against 1AA, 2 and 3. And John Randall played at like Texas A&I, Kingsville.
Yeah.
I mean, he played down there. And you could tell he had a little something back then. And Minnesota got him. John Tierlink was his coach, the defensive line coach with him, kind of charged him up. He was with Henry Thomas, Dolman, and them guys. And when he got his confidence in the league, he came out and he played his ass off. So good for him. But Goose played 12, 13 years. He's no longer with us, unfortunately. I played 10 years, and then John Randall played 14 years, went to the Hall of Fame. All three of us were undrafted in the NFL.
Nice.
We got Doug coming out Saturday at Worth Stadium Club in Worth, Illinois, from 1 to 3, doing a podcast with me and signing autographs. I'm excited. I pick him up at the your guys' alumni, the hotel there, then take him out there and then back home. So I'm like his Uber driver /
I like that. You're going to pick him up there. You're going to take him there. Then you're going to bring him back there.
Yeah, and then
don't worry about the specifics, okay?
Yeah.
You're going to do it there, and you're going to be there, and you're going to do it there.
There. Yeah.
I love it. That solid promotion is what I like to say.
Let's go. I don't want to tell everybody where they're staying. I'm saying we're stadium. Yeah, we're Stadium Club. Yeah, for sure. I could do that because I want everybody to come out.
Sure.
But Bruce, you got a question for my man?
Yeah. Yes. It's nice to meet you, Jurko.
Nice to meet you, fellas.
Okay, question for you. Did God design you to be a defensive back, or did you travel a natural road to being a defensive player?
Well, I played both offense and defense when I was grade school and high school. I was recruited to be an offensive lineman down in Eastern Illinois. But we had a rash of injuries on the defensive side of the ball my freshman year, and they switched me over to defense because I showed a knack for it. And then my first game was against Kansas my freshman year. We were homecoming fodder. So we were there. We got paid some money, and they were going to beat the living crap out of us. But Sean Payton was our quarterback. We had Roy Banks, who was a receiver out of Detroit, got drafted in the 4th round by Buffalo. So we had some skilled players, and we had some decent people. And, I just ended up, getting to the defensive side, made some plays on the defense, and boom, all of a sudden I was a defensive lineman. So I got to the defensive line kind of by accident because they had recruited me to be an offensive lineman when I went to college.
Nice.
That's awesome. Q, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
What's going on? Sorry for the late entrance, man. I had the technical difficulties with mine.
Listen, I had the technical difficulties too. So
hey, man, it's just
you're not alone.
You can't rush perfection, Q.
It's a pleasure being up here with you guys, man. It's nice to finally meet you, Jurko, man. It's a blessing, man.
It's good to meet all you fellas. All right.
Yeah. So my question is basically, you've been basically an underdog, for yourself, coach-driven, successful career at Eastern Illinois, to define all the odds and undrafted free agents, spending and productive years, 10 great productive years in the NFL. How do you overcome the stacked odds against you to keep pushing, as far as to get where you got to this point in your life?
All right. Well, my theory was basic. Try to play as long as I could before they told me to go home for good. So, I always worked out. I always, found time to go do the extra things. I never took no for an answer, even though it was, I got hurt my sophomore year. I blew my knee out and I had to sit out my 3rd year. And then I had 2 more years after that. A lot of people will tell you no. A lot of people tell you it's not possible. A lot of people say it's against the odds. It's not going to be easy, and it's not. But I always said they're going to have to kick me out. They're going to have to drag me out. In Miami, when I got cut, I stayed an extra week because I had a bad ankle, and I'd sneak into the athletic trainer's room at the Dolphins training camp back when it was at St. Thomas University. I got treatment for an extra week, and then they finally told me, listen, you got to go, dude. You're not a member of the team anymore. And I'm like, well, no, I know I'm not a member of the team, but I'm trying to get my ankle right. And they called me back 4 weeks later, and I was on the practice squad. Nice. So, you just kind of
nice.
I never took no for an answer. And everybody who said, hey, maybe you should move on, I was like, nah, I don't think so. I think I'm going to do this while I can, because there's only a window. There's a certain window where you can go ahead and try to do this thing. And then after that window kind of closes, then it's over. Yeah. But fortunately for me, I got back into the NFL after 4 weeks getting cut my rookie year. I went up to Green Bay after that. They cut me but brought me back the next day. Some guy, Sean Patterson, got hurt. I got a chance to play. They fired Lindy and Fonny and all the coaches, but my defensive line coach stayed, Greg Bosch. And then Holmgren and Ron Wolf and Ray Rhodes, they liked me. And I kind of stuck around and ended up starting in 1992. And I did well enough to come back in 93. And then I really played well in 93. After I played well in 93, then I was going to be in the league. It didn't make a difference. I was going to play somewhere. And I stayed 94, 95 in Green Bay. After that, I left via free agency and went down to Jacksonville. But Green Bay had signed Santana Dotson. They were going to shift Gilbert Brown to the nose. And I knew there was not going to be a home in Green Bay for me. Even though I had made my home in Green Bay, I had to sell it. I had to go. I had, that's the way it works. Yeah. I could see the tea leaves. I read the tea leaves, and the tea leaves said, it's time to go. So I had to leave, and I had to go make my way in Jacksonville. And we had fun. We made the playoffs. So I made the playoffs 3 years in Green Bay, 3 years in Jacksonville. 6 straight years I was in the playoffs. So it was wonderful. And we won games in the playoffs, fell short of the Super Bowl twice, lost the NFC Championship game to Dallas in January of 96. And then we lost the next year to the New England Patriots in New England when Jacksonville played out there. But we always made the playoffs 6 years in a row. Then I went to Cleveland when they were the expansion team. And I looked around the huddle. Spielman got hurt in training camp. Jameer Miller was there. We had Corey Fuller at corner. And I looked around and I said, Jesus, I'm the third best player on this team, on this defense. I go, that's no good. Because if I was the ninth best player, that meant we had some talented people there. But if I became the third best player, that was a problem. Now, to be fair, Wally Rainier was there as a linebacker, he was a rookie, and he became a lot better. So I would say he was better than I was too. And Dalen McCutcheon, Lawrence McCutcheon's kid, was a corner that we had, and he became a much better player than I was too. So to be fair, both of those players developed into being better players than I was. But when I was there in 1999, they were cutting their teeth and they were starting to become players and ultimately became better than I was. So to be fair, I probably slid back to fifth. And still, that's no good. If I'm the fifth best player in the defense, we got problems. And we had problems. We finished 2-14. We're terrible.
Wow. That was when the Fred Taylor was there, right, in Jacksonville?
JVille, he was there in 98.
98?
When we started in 96, it was Brunell and Jimmy
Mark
Smith,
Brunell.
Keenan McCardle. But we had Andre Bad Moon Arising there.
Yeah.
And Andre, as great as a player as Andre was, Andre liked to do what Andre wanted to do.
Yes,
So
indeed.
if Andre felt like it was time to run a fly pattern, Andre ran a fly pattern. If Andre wanted to run a post, Andre ran the post. Now, problem was Mark Brunell didn't think he was going to run a post. He was supposed to run a comeback, and it caused some problems. So him and Coughlin were getting along, and he said, "Hey, get me out of here." So I think we released him, which allowed Jimmy Smith to come to the forefront, and then Jimmy Smith, Keenan McCardle became two of the best wide receivers the Jaguars ever had. And we had a very talented wide receiver, Willie Jackson out of Florida.
Yes, indeed.
And Willie was a bad mamma jamma, but Willie just, for one reason or another, Willie wanted to be Willie.
Yeah.
And Willie just needed to be part of the team, and Willie was going to be great. But Willie wanted to be Willie.
Yeah.
And then we had a young Reggie Barlow. We had some good young receivers there.
What about Baselli? Did you help Baselli get to where he was, or
nobody needed to help Tony Baselli.
No,
Baselli was stud.
Yeah, he was a
Big
monster
six
coming in.
left tackle. I'll tell you what helped Baselli was when we put Searcy on the right side. We got Leon Searcy the same year I came there in free agency. Searcy was there too. And Leon was, let me tell you, you know who to mess with and you know who not to mess with.
yeah.
Leon, you didn't play with Leon.
Yeah.
Because if Leon got upset and he wanted a piece of you, you were going to get got. Leon didn't play games. You left Leon alone. Leave Leon alone. Let Leon do what he wants. Leon was a bad man.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I remember Baselli back in, because I graduated in 95. I'm from like Visalia, California, near Fresno, so I'm a USC Trojan fan. He played for the Trojans, and I was excited about him and Mark Carrier, guys like that. But Baselli, I played left tackle, college, semi-pro, and all that. And he was like one of my favorite. He was like my idol. Like I really liked how he played and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
no, Tony. Listen, Tony was tough. We had a kid, Brian DeMarco, out of Michigan State, play guard for us. He was okay. They drafted him early. He went to Cincinnati via free agency. Not quite there. You know what I'm saying? We drafted another kid out of Georgia Tech at center, Michael Cheever. He was supposed to take the place of Big Dave Wydell, but Cheever had a bad back. So they were bouncing guys in and out. Ben Coleman came in. But ultimately, they solidified that line. In 96, we had Natron Means.
Natron Means from San Diego Chargers right out the Super Bowl.
We had Natron and we had James Stewart, and there were our two running backs, and they kind of thunder and lightning it in the background. But it was Natron toward the end of the season that kind of really developed as the go-to back. We had Pete Mitchell out of Boston College at tight end and Derek Brown. And Pete Mitchell was the more productive of the two receivers. So Pete got a lot of time in there. But our offense we clicked. We won our last 5 games to make the playoffs. We were 4-7. We won our last 5 to make the playoffs in 96, 9-7. We went up to Buffalo and we beat Buffalo 30-27. They had a defensive touchdown. We had a defensive touchdown. Big Clyde Simmons intercepted a screen pass, and rambled into the end zone. They had a guy did that same thing for the other team and went back and forth. And little Mike Hollis hit a field goal at the end of the game for us to win. That was Jim Kelly's last game. He retired after that. And then we went to Denver on a team that was supposed to go. They were 14-2.
Yeah.
14-2 in January of '96. NBC was building scaffolding out there. NBC was anticipating coming back the next week for the AFC Championship game.
Yep.
And we went out there. They got up on us 12-0. We
Wow.
blocked the first extra point. They went for 2 on the second one. We stopped them. They're up 12-0. Then we roared back. And we ended up scoring some points and taking a 14-12 lead at halftime. And then we extended the lead to 30-20. And they tried to come back. They made it 30-27. But ultimately, we ended up winning that game. So we go to the AFC Championship game against New England. And we were on the 7-yard line. Brunell dropped back the pass. He was trying to hit somebody. And Willie Big Play Clay made the interception for the New England Patriots. And that was it for us. We got the ball back. They threw the ball to James Stewart. It's still 13-7 game. James Stewart makes the catch. He's stripped, and I think Ted Johnson picked up the ball, returned it for a touchdown for the cover to come in. And I never heard such an applause of the New England crowd as when the over came in, because they were favored by like 8. And when he returned that for a touchdown in the fourth quarter, not the over, but they covered. And the fans went crazy because they probably all made money that day.
Wow.
Nice.
That's how we lost the game. We're on the 7, getting ready to drive in. Is Drew Bledsoe for the Patriots.
Get
Hey,
your
Jurko.
popcorn, folks, man. Jurko's, yeah, man, he is
Spinning yarns, guys. I'm spinning yarns.
Hey,
Wow.
Jurko, correct me if I'm wrong. Keenan McCardle came from the Bears, right?
Yeah, he was with Cleveland.
Yeah.
He was on the Bears practice squad.
Yep.
And the kids that are developing. And then we ended up getting them. And then with Brunell, those guys just sparked. And if it wasn't for Andre leaving, we wouldn't have known what Jimmy Smith was. You know what I'm saying? Because Andre was in his way. And then when Andre left, then Jimmy Smith started to establish himself. He's like that little sapling under the giant oak. He couldn't get no sunshine. But when you chop the big oak down, all of a sudden that little sapling started to grow a little bit.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, Jurko, as a Calumet City kid,
Yep.
right? You go on to become a fan favorite in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Now, after football's over, how do you become this loyal, passionate, honest voice of the Chicago Bears?
All right. Well, so this is easy. I grew up a Bears fan, right? So you bleed in the NFL. When you're playing in the NFL, you bleed the color of the team that signs the checks.
Gotcha.
I'm bleeding green and gold when I'm in Green Bay. When I was in Miami, my first year on the practice squad, I got the teal and orange, right? When I go to Jacksonville, it's the teal and the black down there. And when I was in Cleveland, it was them ugly white uniforms that made me look like the Michelin Man. I look like the Michelin Man. All white for a fat kid is not good. It really brought out my roles. But when they sign the checks, you bleed the colors. Now, when you're done, you go back to what you were as a kid. As a kid, I was a Bears fan. So when the Bears won in January 85, I was a freshman at Eastern Illinois. All right, it's January 86. I was a freshman at Eastern Illinois. And I drove back to Chicago. I watched the game up here with a bunch of my friends. And then the next morning, I drove back down to Eastern Illinois because I had classes. So it's, you go back to what you were when you were a kid. I mean, I still watch Green Bay with an interest. I still look at what they're doing down in Jacksonville, hoping that they find a way. Cleveland, I didn't have a lot of time to love Cleveland, and I didn't have a lot of time to love Miami, but I always check out what they're doing.
Gotcha. And that I think that's natural because the team that you brought a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, that you burned a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for, you still have some type of interest in it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. You know what? They invite me back. Like Coughlin's going to be inducted into the Ring of Honor in the first week of October, and I'm trying to finagle a way to get down there. But, I do the post-game show. So if I go there, then I'm going to have to do the post-game show there. And, trying to watch the Bears game and do a post-game show is going to be difficult. But I might sneak down on Friday and Saturday and be there for the dinner, then shoot back on Sunday morning, and then I'll be able to watch the Bears game here and do that, but I won't be able to go to the game down in Jacksonville. And Green Bay always brings me back. They introduced me up there, and me and Ryan Grant were up there one time, and they introduced both of us. We stood at the end of the line, and the guys came out. We shook everybody's hand. So it's kind of cool. So they still take care of me up there. If I ever need tickets, I just call somebody up there, and I get tickets up there. So
Nice.
that's not
You
bad.
got to get there for the dinners, Jurko. You got to get the dinners, bro.
Well, it's good to see guys too. You know, every once in a while you
Yeah.
get back, you see like Frankie Winters, Don Davey. Don Davey's my investment guy, so he still lives down in Jacksonville. We played in Green Bay and Jacksonville together, so it's good to see the guys. You know, you play with some guys, you only play with them a couple years, but then you see them. Hey, how you doing? How's everything? You get together, you get the BS together a little bit. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Frank came out for Mongo when we had him out here for the benefit to help raise money for Mongo. Frank came out because he was one of his teammates. He was a great guy, man.
Mongo was up with us in '94. He came to Green Bay and played that final year in the NFL up in Green Bay. So it was good to see him up there. Jim Morrissey was a Packer. Anthony Morgan was a Packer. So we get we get some of the Bears on the final years of their career. Jim McMahon came up there and played a couple years with us, 95, 96. Yeah.
Dylan Meyer.
Who? Oh, Hunter came up there too. Yeah. I was gone by then, but yeah, Hunter came up there. Julius Peppers went up there for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was up there for Canton for Mongo's enshrinement, I had a guy videoing me and I was explaining everybody's lockers and whatever. Hester's, I says, don't look at the bottom. It's full of shit. It had his Packer stuff down there at the bottom. So speaking of Bears fans, you and Carmen talk to them daily. You know they are drinking the Bears Kool-Aid right now and are more optimistic than the optimistic club of Chicago about this team, man. What are the realistic expectations that the Bears fans should have for the 2024 edition of the club?
All right, so I looked at this, and I've been steady on this for a long time. This club was 7-10 last year, and they had three double-digit leads in the fourth quarter and found a way to lose each one of those games. They're playing the third easiest schedule in the league. They don't play a division opponent until the final 6 of those games, I believe, are in the final 8. So the early season schedule has the Rams and Houston on them, and those are the 2 that you look at that are going to be a little bit tough. After that, the Bears have got a winnable game, every single one of those. Tennessee, Indianapolis. Now, Indianapolis is tough. You got to go on the road. It's not impossible, but they become tougher when you're on the road. If they can go 7-1 at home, 6-2 at home, that's what you do. If you're a good club, you win your home games.
Yeah.
A good club, you win your home games. You split on the road. They go 4-4 on the road, 6-2, and they go the international game. They win that international game. There's your path to 11-6. It's not complicated. I think the Bears in the first 9 games could go 6-3 or 7-2. If they can put that up there, then they've got a chance to go ahead and do something special. But it all depends on the first 9 games of the season. They can't go out and struggle. They can't be 4-5 because it becomes a nightmare a little bit later on. It becomes difficult. Play the Packers twice. You play Detroit twice. Even though the Bears match up against Detroit very well and have been ultra competitive against the Lions, I think just that you need to make headway early. I think they've had a different emphasis in camp this year. They were flying high last year. They all felt great about themselves last year, and the Packers punched them in the face, and they didn't recover for 4 weeks. Then they started playing some football, right? But you can't do that this year. This year, it's imperative that you come out of the box strong and you start playing well early. And if they can set themselves up through the first 9, it gives them a chance in the rest of the games as they move forward. So I got them at 11-6, and I've said that forever. But I got them at 11-6. It still keeps them third in their division because I think the Packers and I think Detroit still wins 12-plus games between the 2. So Packers can be 12-5. Detroit can be 12-5. The Bears are 11-6, still third in their division, but qualifying for a playoff spot.
Of those 12 wins, are any of them against the Bears that the Packers got?
Well, I'm hoping it's 1-1, and I'm hoping
Okay.
Detroit's 1-1, and I hope they
Okay.
win 2 against Minnesota. That's
Okay.
my, when I look at it, and I broke it down, that's what I see. And I mean, if you're going to get to 11, that's the way it's got to go.
Right.
True indeed.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited for the Bears. And listen, it's not going to be smooth sailing for Caleb all the time. He's a rookie quarterback. He's got great talent around him that makes life a little bit easier for him. It's not like Drake May in Denver, even though he's got some talented people. It's not like in Washington where they got some decent offensive guys for Jaden Daniels. The rookie quarterbacks and the kid J.J. McCarthy's already busted up in Minnesota, so he's going to be watching. It's not easy. He's going to see different defenses. He's going to see stuff he's never seen. And he's going to have to learn on the fly. He's going to have to see it, be able to identify it. That way in the future when he sees it again. But, the kid's got more. Listen, he's better than Justin Fields. That's why you got him. Now, how much better than Justin Fields is he going to be will then dictate on how well he's going to do in his rookie year. But I always say you don't judge a quarterback until you have to pay him. That's when you have to then judge your quarterback. So this guy's got 2 years to develop. Hopefully he develops well. He does well enough. Favre's first year in Green Bay, 9-7 out of the playoffs. Second year in Green Bay, 9-7 in the playoffs. Third year, I think he was 9-7 playoffs, and then it's 1995. He was 11-5, and then they won the division, and then they kept winning the division after that. Yeah, and I mean, I watched some Favre games. I go back and look at some games, and you look at some of his stats his first 2 years. It's like what's going on? Our defense with Reggie was ranked like number 3, number 1, number 4. And then we weren't blowing people out of the water. You look at them scores until 95, and that's when he won his first NFL MVP. That's when he really figured it out, was 95. So I'm going to be patient with the quarterback like I'm patient with every other quarterback until you have to make a decision on him. And that's year 3 when you have to make a decision. So I'm not upset with Caleb Williams no matter what happens until after year 3. Either I'm going to be overjoyed or I'm going to be scratching my head going, boy, what do we do now? I'm going to be happy, though. I want to be happy. Now, Velus Jones Jr.
That's my guy.
All right. Yeah, I got you. He's got a lot of upside. You know what? Unrealized potential. You know what unrealized potential is for a coach? It's a coach killer.
Yeah.
He's got to don't cost the boys any games. He made the team. God bless him. Okay. You made it. They love you. They love your upside. Okay. Good. Just don't lose a game for them. That's all.
Yeah.
Even if he does nothing all year, I don't even care. Yeah. Just don't catch a punt and drop it on the ground. Don't take a kickoff and drop it off the ground. Don't be open in the end zone and drop a ball. Okay. Don't do that. Just make the simple plays. You don't have to be fantastic, but do not cost the team anything, please. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Simple. He made the team. God bless him. Now go out and try to be productive.
He's definitely on thin ice.
Yeah, but listen, he's a good special teams contributor. I get that. On the punt team, punt return team, kickoff return. I get it. I got it. He's got some value there. It's not a problem. But every time they put him on the field a couple of years ago, they were going to give him the ball. It was an indication that, hey, look, 12's on the field. We're going to give him the ball. And you've got to be more of a part of the offense where when you're out there, it's just not because they're going to hand it to you as a gadget play. So
gadget play, yeah.
They've got to help him a little bit more there.
Well, I think once they develop more trust in him, I think those type of things may open up for him. But until then, he's really sliding on some thin ice, man.
Yeah, but I
really wish the best for him, man.
Yeah, they love him though. Ryan Poles loves him. His 2 running back coaches, they love him. Yeah. I wish my coaches loved me the way they love Velus. I might still be in the league,
He just has a lot of ability that we don't have. You know.
Yeah, well, that's true. He does have ability. I don't even know if my mom loves me as much as Ryan Poles loves Vilas.
Yeah, he just has an element that we don't have, man. You know.
Well, no, I mean, listen, he's got it, but you got to hold on to the football. I'm going to tell you a story about Antonio Freeman. Antonio Freeman was with us his rookie year. I think it was 95. And Antonio's in training camp, right? Antonio's got some talent. We all seen what kind of career Antonio had. Antonio couldn't hold on to the football. He couldn't catch it, and when he caught it, he fumbled it. So Holmgren called the practice. He stopped the practice. He blew the buzzer. Everybody came in, and he said, everybody, he goes, listen, fellas, he goes, the game of football, he goes, it's a hard business. He goes, you've got to catch the football. He goes, if you can't catch the football, it's a problem. He goes, if you catch the football, you got to hold on to the football. If you can't hold on to the football, he goes, that's a problem. He goes, if you can't catch it and you can't hold on to it, he goes, then I can't help you. He goes, there's nothing I can do for you. You're going to have to go do something else. He goes, let's catch it. Let's hold on to it. Let's play good, solid football. And then he blew the whistle and we went back to our drill. But he was talking to the guys that weren't catching passes and weren't holding on to the ball. And that was Antonio Freeman. And that was his wake-up call in training camp to say, get your head out of your ass. Otherwise, you're not going to be here anymore. And you know what? Antonio Freeman got the message. And Antonio Freeman started balling and playing his ass off. So, you know, sometimes you just got to send the message to the guy. You got to do it. You know, I can't vouch for you for only so much. At some point, you got to show me what you can do. So that's just the way it works in the NFL.
Yeah, and that's the way it works with anywhere in life. You know, you got to carry your weight for sure.
100%.
All right, I have a question for you, and I want you to give it to me straight up.
Yep.
Okay. Will Caleb Williams break Eric Kramer's Chicago Bears single season record in touchdowns and passing yards his rookie year?
So it's 38-38 is the number, right? And it's 28 touchdowns. So 3,838 yards. It's dependent upon playing 17 games. The last guy to play 17 games for the Bears was Jay Cutler. Before that, it was Rex Grossman in the year they went to the Super Bowl. So it's all dependent on whether he can play the 17 games this year. Rex played 16. Jay played 16. Last year, we went through the numbers. Only 9 quarterbacks played 17 games. 2 guys were pulled at the end of the year to not play because they had already clinched the playoff spot. Lamar Jackson played 16. I think Mahomes only played 16 because they weren't going to play him in the final game because they had already clinched his playoff spot. But if he plays 17 games and he averages 235 yards a game, he'll get to 4,000 yards. So my answer to that is yes, if he plays the amount of games that he's going to play. And the touchdown mark, I mean, if they're running the ball in and the offense is scoring 26 points a game and he doesn't get to 28, I don't think I'd be too worried. I'm worried about his interceptions. So if he could be 2-1 or 2.5-1, that's all I really care about. Touchdown to interception ratio.
There you go. Thank you.
All right, dude. I have a. Well, it's an understatement saying that every Bear fan is excited since years. I can't remember this excitement being a Bears fan for so long. But with this team, what is the greatest strength they have coming into the season?
So the greatest thing, they build the team usually from the offensive and the defensive line out. This team is built with the defensive backs. The defensive backs are the strength of this football team, and then the wide receiving core. So it's kind of the way they built this team is kind of opposite of the way they build other teams that I've seen in my life. And you notice the defensive backfield really got strong when Montez Sweat got here.
Yes.
When they had consistent pressure on the quarterback, the defensive backfield and Jalen Johnson and Stevenson and all them guys, they really started to play their ass off. So, but I still think the depth and the quality of the defensive backs they have is probably a strength. And then the wide receiver room is probably a strength. It'd be a perfect world if I could tell you the quarterback and the quarterback room was the number one strength on this team. That then that this team is taking the next step and they're really going to start doing some magical things. They got 8 captains. There's not a captain on the offensive and defensive line. For me, that's strange. I don't know how you can have 8 captains and not one of them being a big guy. On either side of the ball, you got 0 captains in your offensive and defensive line. To me, that's a little bit strange. But the dynamics work out the way the dynamics work. Your quarterback and your middle linebacker are natural leaders. They're the ones that talk to the team. They call the plays in the individual huddles. They're always going to be your captains. Whether you like it or not, they are. After that, not to have one big guy as a captain, to me, is a little bit strange.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, so we've talked about the strength, and with the Bears being the it team of the all season, let's kind of like flip it a little bit. What do you think are the weaknesses on this year's team that will prevent the Bears from reaching their maximum potential?
I don't think we've answered the question of the pass rush yet. I think we got Montez. I think Dexter, I think he's improving. I don't know who's coming from the other side of Montez Sweat. They haven't established it yet. It's been the preseason. I know the young kids were getting to the quarterback, but I'll tell you how unhappy they were. They didn't have the answers in-house. They went and traded away 2 picks to get guys in at the defensive end and the defensive tackle position. So obviously they didn't answer the questions they wanted answered. They had to go outside and get 2 guys to make themselves a little bit better. So I think that's still the biggest area of concern for me. And I don't know what they're doing on the interior line. Nate Davis has been an absolute enigma to me. He's a puzzle. I don't know what we have there yet. At times he played well last year. And listen, I play with guys that didn't want to practice. Clyde Simmons, the great pass rusher that I talked about earlier, Clyde hated practice.
Really?
But when Clyde played, Clyde been in the league for 10 years. And Clyde has a track record. Sean Jones I played with. He came from us from the Raiders. He came to us in Green Bay. First time I saw Sean, we were in minicamp. He didn't tie his shoes. We're out there going through the bags. He doesn't have his shoes tied. I'm scratching my head going, what in the hell in the hog's head is going on out there? I looked at Greg Bosch and said, Greg, I go, is it just me or that he didn't got his shoes tied? He goes, he's been in the league a long time. You let him go. We didn't have pads on. It was a mini camp. Man didn't want to tie his shoes. He didn't tie his shoes. I scratched my head. But Sean Jones was a professional.
Yeah.
I seen him toss Willie Rofe around like Willie Rofe was nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
One of the biggest humans I've ever seen, and very, very powerful too.
Yes, indeed.
Do you think in the interior offensive line is the biggest unknown for you, Jurk, like the guards and the center?
Well,
or you just talked about
not Tevin Jenkins. Tevin Jenkins to me is a player. Tevin Jenkins is a road grader. I like Tevin Jenkins. Because of injury, I don't think we know what we have at center right now. So I think the offensive line is going to be something that's coming together. The key to offensive line playing well is those 5 guys playing together for the whole year. So the longer they play together, the better they're going to be. They start getting banged up. Nate Davis starts getting banged up. Guys start missing games. That becomes a problem. It's easy to play with your first 5. When you got to play with your sixth guy, you're all right. You got to introduce a 7th guy in there now, and then God forbid something happens to your tackles. Now that's when it becomes a problem.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Okay, I want to play this game with you.
All right.
It's the Jurko predicts the future.
Oh boy.
Okay. Will Montrez Sweat and the Chicago Bears defense lead the NFL in sacks this year?
No.
I figured you would say that.
No. Not as a team. So, Cleveland gets after the quarterback. 17 games, you're probably going to have about 50 sacks. If I can get the Bears up to about 40, I'd be jumping for joy.
Yeah.
If they get 40 sacks, I'll be very happy, man. That's 2 and change in a game. And then the pressure they can get, the more pressure they get, the more problems they're going to cause quarterbacks. I don't think they can get there because I don't know who's playing opposite of Montez. Now, they might surprise us. And the more you lead, the more you're in the front, the better chances you have of getting sacks, especially late. What else do you got? Which future question do you need? I'll tell you.
Well, I got one for you, Jurko. All right, like you stated a few minutes ago, how the Bears secondary stepped it up once Sweat came on. Now, as far as interceptions, do you think the secondary will lead the league in interceptions again this year?
I think there's a better possibility of that happening, yeah, and especially if that pass rush develops overall. Again, when a quarterback's got to throw off the back foot or he's got to throw off rhythm, that's when good things happen for the defensive secondary. Not only that, but they can play tighter. They can gamble. You know, you can kind of set a coverage up to make them think that they're going to have, you show a blitz and they're going to break off their patterns, and then you can jump some of those routes. And the more pressure you get and the more pressure you show, the more the quarterback might just say, hey, I got to go to this direction, and that's where I've got to stay. So, yeah, I like the defensive secondary. It's the strength. So I think naturally if the pressure's there, the secondary is going to find a way to get some balls.
Yeah, I agree. You ask these guys, man, I'm real big on the secondary this year, man.
Yeah. And you know what? And here's the guy that needs to step up this year. TJ Edwards balls. The guy that gets paid back there is Edmonds. Edmonds has got to bring it. Now, Edmonds had some interceptions last year too. Yeah. And it looked like in the second half of the year, he played better than he did in the first half. He needs to come out of the gate playing as well as he did in the second half. And if he does that, then I think they're really kind of solid. They're really a solid defense.
Jurko, we got over 100 in the chat, and I got one of the best questions for you right now, brother, from Brandon. He's also one of our co-hosts. He said, Jurk, would it benefit the Bears if Fluss allowed Washington to call plays?
No, I think Flus did a nice job calling plays last year. I was with a coordinator, an offense coordinator that didn't call plays in Green Bay, Sherman Lewis, and I don't think Sherman Lewis really ever got a chance to become a head coach. Ray Rhodes was with us, and he called defensive plays because we played with an offensive coach. And Ray went to San Francisco, got the head job in Philadelphia, then got the head job in Green Bay. So I think he wanted to give Washington a chance to call plays in the preseason so he can become accustomed to it. And then I think eventually between the two of them coordinating the defense together, if he gets comfortable with Washington, I think he'll allow Washington to make some calls during the year.
Right on.
Yeah. But I think Washington's good. I think he's solid. He just happens to be in a place in Chicago where Eberflus had to do it last year. I think Eberflus became comfortable with doing it last year. So I think the more faith he gets in Washington, the better off it's going to be down the line for Washington.
Nice.
Agreed. And now as we fast forward to Sunday's game, the season opener versus the Titans, what or who will be the X factor for that game?
Against the Titans, the X factor. Well, I tell you, I think it could be – I mean, we all know what Keenan Allen can do. We know what DJ can do. Maybe the connection between 18 and 15. Roma Dunze, the third wide receiver, might become the X factor. So that's what I'm looking at. Now, maybe it's DeAndre Swift. Maybe it's the safety valve. Maybe Swift coming out of the backfield with a little bit of elusivity. Maybe he'll show a little something back there. But I'm hoping the Bears defense balls and only gives up 10 points or 13 points. And I think then the Bears will get comfortable enough and win the game 23-13 or 24-13, something like that. That's what I'm looking for. Good, solid, suffocating defense is what I'm hoping for.
That'd be a heck of a way to start the season, man.
Oh, yeah. And then the real test is second week Houston Sunday night.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. They got some weapons down there.
Yeah.
Diggs, Joe Mixon at running back. They got Tank Dell. And they got guys.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Nico.
Yeah. They're players.
That's going to be a huge test, man.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
I just hope, whatever the outcome is, it doesn't either, if it doesn't come up the right way, I hope it doesn't kill the confidence of the team.
Well, the NFL is a long season, 17 weeks, 4 months, ebbs and flows. They like to break it down in 4 games. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1 is great. I always look back in my career. Like I said, in Jacksonville, we were 4-7. We won 5 in a row. You never want to eliminate. You don't eliminate yourself early.
Right.
But if you do a hiccup, at some point you got to find a way to be 2-2 then. After 4. First month of the season, you got to be 2-2.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to have to put some games together.
Yeah.
And for the Bears, it's imperative early to put games together so they can allow themselves to slip up in end of November and December.
Yeah. Especially when you're dealing with young players at key positions.
Yeah, but they'll become accustomed to it. The more you play in the league and the quicker it gets and the faster it gets, they'll become accustomed to it and they'll get it. All of a sudden, boom, the game's going to be a blur. Then all of a sudden it slows down. And then when it slows down for them, then it's going to be beautiful.
Q. How's it going, Q?
All right.
I like that hat, buddy.
Oh, I appreciate it. So you gave me the Jalen Johnson one. You believe they have a great chance of leading receptions. So my thing is, I want to fast forward to February, Super Bowl. What's your teams and who do you think will come out holding the trophy?
All right. Well, here I made my predictions today. Now, the team I think that's going to win the trophy is the New York Jets. All right. I got to go to my photo to remember exactly what I did today. Here it is right here. In the East, I got the Jets. I got Baltimore. I got Jacksonville, Kansas City winning their divisions. In the Andy, what are you doing? I got in the NFC, I got Dallas, Detroit, Atlanta, and San Francisco. Wild cards of Philly, Green Bay, and Chicago. My record for Chicago is 11-6. In the AFC, I got the Jets, Baltimore, Jacksonville, and Kansas City. Wild cards, Miami, Houston, and Cincinnati. I got the Jets beating the Chicago Bears in the Super Bowl. I got the Bears qualifying for the playoffs at 11-6, and the Bears playing the Jets in the Super Bowl.
I love the prediction, but I hope you're wrong with that final outcome.
New York Football Jets. That's why.
You sure you're thinking of the Jets?
Yeah, I read the book. I read
right here.
I read the Aaron Rodgers book by Ian O'Connor on the flight back from Spain. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling Jets, Jets.
Okay.
Yeah. But
this guy's forgot more of football than I'll ever learn, so I'm not going to question what.
No, you can question me. Carmen thought I was an idiot today. Carmen went with, here's a shocker, Chiefs San Francisco.
Repeat.
Really? I go, a rematch of the Super Bowl? That's what you came at? I go,
really?
all your tremendous analysis, you came with the Chiefs in San Francisco. I go, come on.
Hey, what about the ESPN festival when he was showing off Lance Briggs' legs? We're like, yeah, we know he's got big legs. What next,
Hey, I was a little afraid there. Stroking his thigh a little bit, and I'm like, whoa. I think we're getting a little close.
What'd you say in the northern region?
Yeah, I mean, that was, getting up north a little bit too close. Might have an issue there.
Hey, speaking of issues, who do you think will beat the Titans Bears victor Sunday? Who do you think is going to be the victor?
Oh, yeah. Listen, I said at 23-13, I think the Bears are going to win.
All right. Let's go.
It's a Bears and an under, I believe.
Yeah, the under. I get that.
Yeah, they're going to be going at it. But this game's 13-7. Baltimore just missed the field goal.
Okay, thanks.
So they came out of the gates hitting each other, and 2 Harris Buckner field goals are the difference right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I need Tucker to get on the ball, man. I felt some type of way when he missed that one, man.
That was a long one too, though.
Yeah, 53 is a little deep, but he's good at those.
Yeah. You must have him in fantasy.
Well, no, I laid a little money on him tonight.
Oh, you put a little cash?
Yeah, I got him up with the underdog.
Oh boy.
There you go, bro. Underdog.
Wait a minute. I made my Super Bowl prediction. What are you guys thinking?
Who's going first?
I'll go first. I'm thinking from the AFC, I'll probably take. I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna go Bengals.
Cincinnati.
I'm gonna go Bengals in the AFC, and I'm gonna be a little biased, and I'm gonna say Bears. Just to
There
be a
you
little
go.
biased. I'm be
I
biased.
like it.
Go ahead, Q.
Gosh. As much as I want to say Bears, I don't see that this year, man. I got to be realistic. I think the 49ers are the toughest team in the league. No. And I would say 49ers. And I just got to go with this. I think it's going to be another rematch, man. 49ers and Chiefs, man.
Oh, that's so boring. Why you want to go?
That's what I'm just trying to think, but
That's like Carmen.
Hey, man, listen. I got
to be realistic about it, man.
You got to go with what he feels.
If not the Chiefs, I could say Baltimore. I think Baltimore finally get over the hump this year.
Okay.
I got Ravens and Rams.
No, that's
Rams?
interesting.
Oh, that's
Rams.
Ooh,
Ravens, Rams.
nice. Now, for me, I got Baltimore and the Bears, man.
Let's go.
The Roquan Smith Bowl.
Okay.
Redemption tour, huh? The redemption tour.
No matter how bad the Bears are coming into a season, I always pick them very high until they prove me wrong. Most years they knock me out the box pretty early, but I'm always like that. So
speaking of Roquan, he just got an interception.
Yeah,
man.
he just picked up Mahomes.
Yeah, Baltimore
What?
and Chicago,
Yeah.
man.
Bro.
Yeah, I don't know what he was looking at there. He got hit as he was throwing, and
Yeah, I don't
Roquan
think
got
he
his
was able to
hands
get
It might have hit
on
the
it.
ground. It might have hit the ground.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like to me like he got his arm under it,
Nah,
and
that
he
was
was
clean.
turning, so it stayed up there.
That's clean there.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked like it was a quality quick catch.
Yeah.
I don't think they overturned it. It's within 2 minutes, so everything's got to come from the box.
Yeah.
BJ, take us home with your $1 billion question, bro.
So, the $1 billion question that all Bears fans want to know, and you kind of touched on it already, but I just want to hear from you. Will the Bears make the playoffs this year?
Yeah, 11-6, I got to make in the playoffs. And again, it's because they're playing the third easiest schedule. It's because everything's backed up for them. It's because they got a chance to go ahead and really do something good early and put some victories together. Believe it or not, the reason they didn't fire Eberflus last year is because he had them playing hard for them, even though it's been kind of a screwy situation for them last year. They never quit playing. And I've been on bad teams that, I've been on a 4-12 Green Bay Packer team in 91, and I was on a 2-14 team where sometimes teams can, people have a tendency to stop playing and they go for self-preservation. This team never stopped playing for Eberflus. So I think they're going to be competitive. I think they're going to be in every game. I think they're going to have a chance to win every game. And I just think this year they go 11-6. That's the feeling. And again, it may only be good enough for third in the division, but I think it qualifies them for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. Is there any chance at all that they could actually do better than 11 wins and see it changing a little bit differently? Or no?
No, I think I got them in the perfect spot, 11-6. Even if they win 10-7, I think they qualify for the playoffs.
You know, some people we know, and I'm not going to put them on blast, but they think that the Bears will win 15 games this year.
Yeah, they're not on this cast right now.
I don't listen. Whatever they're smoking, I want some. I want some of what they're smoking.
I don't.
I think that's Girl Scout cookies. That's real good stuff.
Jurk, if you're not busy, come check us out. Here's our shameful plug, brother, for the weekend. Where's it at? Let me get my flyer up, man. Where's that flyer up?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick them up there, and then go there, and I'm gonna go there. Then I'm gonna be there again some week. No, I need to know where you're gonna be.
Here you go, brother. Here you go.
There you
Worst
go.
Stadium Club, bro. Worst Stadium Club in Worth, Illinois, from 1 to 3 with Mr. Doug Plank, man.
And
Come
he's
check
great.
us out, man.
He was out in Arizona with the Danny White was the football coach for the Arizona. I forget what their name was out there. I think the Wranglers, the Arena Football League, and he was out there doing the announcing for them. And I ran into Dougie Plank out there. That 46 defense was named after him. But that guy, ask him how he hit Jimmy Giles. What was his relationship to the Tampa Bay tight end, Jimmy Giles? Because he used to crack Jimmy Giles across the jaw, and there was no love lost between the two of them.
If I would have known this, I would have actually put him on with you as a surprise special guest. And you could have asked him personally. Yeah.
Dougie Plank is fantastic. Him and Fensick were feared back there. They used to bring it, man. Back when you could bring it, Now they and not that was a good thing or a bad thing. All I'm saying is that they allowed those hits to happen in the NFL, and I think they got smarter. The NFL got smarter. And, but man, the game was brutal back then. It was.
We literally just had him on before you, not today, but earlier, a few days ago, and he said exactly the same thing. He was talking about how he hit Earl Campbell, and I asked him off the record when I talked to him, because we're piecing this there, back there together again, and all of that, like what we were talking about, logistics and all that. And I said, so this Earl Campbell, I said, how did you stop him? And he goes, I hit him right in the nuts.
That'll work.
He said it worked. He said it worked.
I tackled Ernest Spiner one time by the cock, and he was not happy. I didn't start there. So I got him up on the shoulder, and I started sliding down. I was around his waist, and he was shaking me loose. And I grabbed onto whatever I could fucking grab onto, and it happened to be his cock. And I was sliding down, and all of a sudden I hit the ridge. It was like I was fucking holding an Adirondack bat. I'm like, what? And he goes, motherfucker, you grabbed my cock. I looked at him. I said, Ernest, good for you, man. I said, good for you. Hey, it was the fucking ridge of his cock that fucking stopped me from sliding off. Swear to God, it was the craziest fucking thing in the world. And he was mad at me, but then I just said, hey, good for you. And he laughed, and that was it. He didn't get mad at me no more. It's like I didn't go for it. I just happened to find it, Doesn't make me a bad person. All right, guys, I got to roll.
Yeah, thanks for everything, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Good luck. Hey, good luck with everything you guys got going on, all right?
Thank you.
All right, fellas, have fun.
All right,
bear down. Man, that was awesome. What a great guy, ain't it? He's got so much freaking information. Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like I said, he has forgotten more than I'll ever learn. I mean, you basically, you know what? He kind of remind me of Doug Plank the other day. You just ask a question and let him go. You know what I mean? Unbelievable.
Yeah, that last story he just told was wild, man.
I hope the women and children were put to bed, bro. I hope so.
That's a super pause moment.
Super pause. Not just a pause, a super pause. Hey, guys, but no, seriously, it's been a minute since I've been able to talk to you guys. You guys are a breath of fresh air. I love working with you guys. How you guys been? How's the families and stuff? And what do you guys like basically? And remember, Jurko says you only have to answer one question if I give you like 3 or 4. But how do you guys feel about week 1 with the Bears, man? I'll start with you, BJ, and then work way around to Q and Darius.
Oh, I'm good. I've been good. Family good. Week 1.
Yeah.
Every week 1, we always feel good. I mean, every year, week 1, we always feel good.
Yeah, but you keep it real.
BJ,
I just want to say something. Not that these other 2 guys don't keep it real, or a special guy that rhymes with the name Pinky doesn't keep it real. But you keep it real, bro. You keep it real, and you keep us like level. You're like our leveling device, You keep us all plumbed up.
But I really feel good going into the season. But I think we all feel that way going into the season.
Yeah.
I think we all feel good. I think every team, every fan throughout the whole NFL feels good week 1 because it's a fresh start. Anything's possible week 1.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
So, but after
I'll take
week
that.
one, ask me that same question and see how I feel. It
After
might
week
be-
one,
it might
okay.
be slightly different. It might be slightly different.
Well, Lord willing, we'll be able to work together come before week 2. So that'll be great. So what about you? What about you, Q?
Oh man, I feel good about week 1, man. I think the Bears get it. I got the score at 27-10. I think the Bears control the game from start to finish, man.
27-10. So you're very close to what Jurko said, what, 24-13 or something like that?
Oh, I'm taking an under on the betters. Definitely taking
Okay. Okay.
27-10, man. 27-10. I just think
You heard that from Jurko and Q. Take the under, and I'm starting to believe that.
I think the defense is going to give Will Levis hell, man.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling real good.
Hey Q, by the way, man, not to go into like a somber whatever, but I just want to say once again, man, sorry for your loss, man. Prayers up, man.
Oh yeah,
Hey, man.
sorry, bro.
No
Appreciate you, man.
No more pain for my little cousin, man. So he was
Right.
going through a lot.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
It's something we all got to deal with at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Always looking good, Q. Love the hat, like the
Appreciate
hoodie,
it,
man.
appreciate
Looking
it,
good, bro.
appreciate
Darius, man, what you got, bro? I want to hear it. I want to hear it from you, man.
I'm gonna go a little. Everything's good this way.
Yeah.
Week 1, optimistic. Excited is just a whole wide range of emotions. It's football season, fellas. It's here. You know what I mean? As far as the score, I'm gonna go pretty high, man. I'm gonna say like 30, 31, 31-17.
Whoa.
On that
Is
type
that is that the
The
over
first
or is that
game?
over the over?
Bears 31-17. I think
Hey,
that's
man.
over.
Okay, hey,
No
if they
complaints
can
from
do
me.
it, I'm with you.
That kind of messes
No.
up my under, but we still get the win.
We still get the win.
Right.
And remember, Darius is saying we're going to the Super Bowl, so this checks in with that,
I'm gonna pick the Bears to start the season. Now they'll make
I wish I
a
was that
lie.
confident,
They may
man.
make a liar out of me, man. But hey, you got to be optimistic going in, man.
Darius, I had a new nickname for Pinky, but I might use it for you now until he gets back after his illustrious first year as a rookie coach for
His sabbatical. His sabbatical.
Yeah, the sabbatical. There you go. He's going in the cave. I was going to call him Optimistic Prime, but I think I might start calling you that, Darius, since you're talking Super Bowl.
I'm not that all the time.
No.
DJ was talking Super Bowl too.
Huh?
I said I was being biased.
And I'm surprised you even said that. How
me too, bro.
You keep us
like
you
I know,
want
but
to
I
grounded.
was being biased, and I'm a Bears fan to the core. So I mean,
Yeah.
Until they're not there, I'm always going to want them to be there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of predictions.
But if y'all want me to be real about the Super Bowl outcome,
that's what
not just real.
That's what we do on Thursdays.
Real. I think it's going to be the Bengals, and I think it's going to be the NFC is so freaking wide open, man. I don't really think I don't want to pick the 49ers because I just don't want to see them there anymore. Let's go Eagles. Let's go Eagles. Eagles.
Now you just
wow.
I just do something out there because I really just want the Bears to be there. I just do something out there.
I ain't mad at you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of those predictions because the season's so long and people get hurt, people get knocked out, but it's fun to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something that's fun to do. But now I did have some shock jock value that I want to throw in there. I don't think Buffalo or Detroit will have double-digit wins this season.
Nope.
I agree.
I don't think Buffalo gonna make the playoffs.
I agree with you.
Jurko says he likes those guys to win 12 games. I don't believe it.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't think Buffalo will make the playoffs.
And I know people said I was crazy when I said it on Monday, but I'm standing on it.
All right. Well, I appreciate your conviction.
They're no business.
Yeah. let me ask you about your conviction on this, guys. In recent times and in the past, do you guys feel like this is the most exciting, anticipated season that you guys can recall?
Yes. For me, I think this is the most exciting season from coming off that 05 year when Cal Orton led the most of the way, when Rex came back. I knew that I didn't think that team was gonna be dominant like that, going to make a Super Bowl run, but I knew they were gonna be good. It's that feeling for me now. That 05 year going to the 06.
Right.
I think that's the excitement for me, man. Well, you
Wow.
know it's gonna be good.
Wow. And to think we're coming up on that 20, multiple dual decade reunion, man. 20 years, man. So this is pretty. That's a long run too.
And
by
that's
the way,
sad. 20 years
Yeah,
of me being this excited.
yeah, two decades of dominance there. What about you, BJ?
Yeah, I would say in recent years, this is probably the most excited I have been about the Bears in recent times. I think the last year, probably the well, I wouldn't even say 06. I was excited about when we got Khalil Mack that year. When we first got Khalil Mack, I was pretty excited about that year. I thought I thought that energy was going to be big for us, and it was. I mean, we actually had a pretty good year. It wasn't for that trash kicker we had.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we would have got past the Eagles, I think we would have had a good chance to get back to the Super Bowl.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. For me, I know as a Bears fan, I think I was excited the year after the double doink, man. I thought we were going to be able to build off of that successful season that we had. We kept everybody pretty much intact as far as the players are concerned. We just
Was that the year we had like multiple kicker tryouts and all that shit? It was crazy.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? We had a kickathon.
We just focused on the kicker and just forgot about every other damn position.
Training camp. Yep.
Yeah, so, but I was optimistic coming into that year, because we had a heck of a season. Everyone was pretty much intact, So I was, I was optimistic, as you guys said, the 05-06 situation. But as of recent time, I think coming into 19, I was really prepared for us to make a Super Bowl run, But from a media standpoint, I haven't seen the media this much in the frenzy since the mid to late 80s, I swear.
Yeah.
The fact that we're getting shows like Hard Knocks and just getting so much coverage from every sports outlet around.
Yeah. Well, and let me just say this, Darius, and I think I can speak for all of us safely. It's the depth for me, because all those years, and you're talking about something perfect, BJ. I almost forgot about it because it seems like so long ago. 6 years ago, was it, that we had Khalil Mack? And here's the deal with that. There was holes in our team. There was time where we didn't shore it up. The guy goes down. It was very noticeable. Excuse me. Now, I'm not feeling that, man. Our defensive backs, I feel like if JJ goes out, God forbid, you know what I'm trying to say, though, Gordon goes out, even our safeties, we got backups, man. Running backs, we got four of them. Receivers, a plethora. It wasn't just one receiver or even just two receivers when we had Alshon Jeffrey, and Brandon Marshall. We got like 3, 4. I mean, we're even starting to see some shine from the third and fourth string receiver, man. And we got a guy in Colin that they sent packing, and I'm like, pull him up and let him play, off the practice squad. That guy is 6'6". He's a beast, man. He showed out at the freaking Hall of Fame game. So all I'm saying is, boys, is I feel good about our depth. We got 10 offensive linemen. How you doing? Keep it moving. Keep moving them in and out, whatever. Defensive line and the linebackers, my God, I glow when I talk about them linebackers. And your dad, when I interviewed him last year, Beach, he loves our linebackers, man. He thinks they're real good. That speaks a lot coming from a guy who's seen a lot of linebackers over the years and was a linebacker at a high level in the NFL. I feel good about it, boys. If there's one thing on this team that even the quarterbacks, we got like the second string, the third string, and even the practice squad, whatever, all these guys, I feel good about, man. Not to the point where I want them to play all season, right? 2-3 games and come on, Caleb, come play hurt, something like that. You know what I mean, guys? That's me. And I think I could speak on behalf of you guys that we all kind of feel like we really shored everything up. In 3 years, man, this guy Poles is like taking the North back in like 3 years, and he's doing it at a level like the Packers and all them guys, the ops do it where they build everything, and we're really building something not just for 1 year, that's something that's sustainable. You know what I'm saying, boys?
Yeah.
So
yeah, no longer are we some stage full of props. You know what I'm saying? No longer we actually have a foundation, man. We actually have a foundation, man, and it's solid.
Yeah.
We just got to continue to build on it.
Yeah. Yep. I like what D. Burns says. He's backing you up, Darius. We got nice backups just in case something happens. That's great.
The only hesitance I have.
Yeah.
The only question mark I have, I should say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And Jurko touched on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that we solidify opposite of Martrez Sweat. And I think that could potentially be our kryptonite.
So let me piggyback off that. Let me ask, because I wanted to ask three of y'all. Who besides Sweat, who we believe will lead the league, will lead the team in sacks, who do you think come in second? Go ahead, GM. Go ahead, Trax.
If I could speak freely, I really think it's going to be Book. And you guys are going to call me crazy because we haven't really seen enough. We only saw, because as you saw in Hard Knocks, they said you're going to see a different level of talent out there. Now Book and what he did in the preseason isn't going to replicate, but I saw that drive. I saw that motor. I saw his passion. I saw his work ethic. I saw him get bigger just from college. He's already bulked up, and that wasn't a long time in between college.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if he came in. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that happens. Not at all.
Yeah, and also I love the fact that he's got complementary edge guys to keep that pass rush on. I feel like the linebackers are going to get in there. I feel like the DBs are going to get in there. I feel like we're going to have a good mix of everybody, and I think that's where Washington gets to put his footprint in there, and we're going to see that in him all the while. He's going to be complimentary to Fluss calling the defense. He's probably just going to be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I see this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see what happens, and that's how he's going to earn Fluss's trust. And I think they're going to work out good together. That's my take on it, Booker.
So my take, this is my take. I'm not going to predict who's going to get the second most sacks, but this is who I want to be the next man up. I want Dexter to be that next force.
Yes.
I really want him to be the second guy on that D line that opposing offensive teams will.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the pedigree. I mean, they've been pumping him up all off season. So,
BJ, this is fascinating me. This is fascinating me about what you're saying, because I am a strong backer in Dexter, but I wonder if we're speaking the same language, because I feel like Dexter's presence, where he will get double teamed, he'll put pressure, he'll clog up, just his presence in getting guys 1 to 2 double teamed, all this kind of stuff. His pressure will allow other guys to cut loose. Are you okay with him getting winning that, that push on the line and all that, and having a presence, not necessarily having a high number in sacks, but to where it translates to allowing the edges to do their job and be better successfully?
Well, if he does that, then yes, then that opens it up for the outside guys. I mean, that's going to open it up for Montrez. It's going to open it up for whoever's on the right side. So, I mean, if he's able to command a double team and be productive while commanding a double team, that's just going to open it up for everybody else.
Because I speak to our fans, or not our fans. They're the fans of the Bears. We're the fans of the Bears. Our listeners, our listeners. I got a fan in my garage because it's a little warm. Tomorrow it'll be a furnace, but in this quote unquote freaking little studio I got here in my garage. So listen, here's the deal. I agree with what you're saying wholeheartedly, but I do want to be on record by saying that sometimes when guys get in their space, when they get where they're supposed to be and do what they're supposed to do, the stats may not translate it. And I know a lot of guys look at numbers, but sometimes liars figure and figures lie. You know what I mean? So don't look at the figures all the time. There's a guy that can help everybody do their job and do it at a higher level. You know what I'm trying to say, BJ?
Oh yeah. But if he did that, that's going to show on the field.
Yes, sir.
That would show on the field. We will see that.
Yeah.
Because you will see other people benefited from that. So
well, and BJ, and to your point, what you just said there, people were not given help me out. Our left tackle. What's his name?
Jones.
At the bottom.
Braxton. I always remember his last name, but his first name I struggle. I don't. Maybe Tony Braxton. I'm looking at a hot piece there, and he ain't hot. But no, listen. So Braxton, bro. Here's Braxton, right? He is an unsung hero at times playing that blind side. I was told that, or I listened to a guy on a show where he said actually Braxton was getting double teamed and winning, but the commentator gave the credit to Tevin. So my point is sometimes a guy like Braxton will be in his spot doing his job and not get the credit for it. I'm thinking that this is where this is going to happen with this guy. And I think the way he shed his weight and all that kind of stuff, he kind of reminds me of when Izzy, when we got Peppers and he came in and he was all swole and stuff, you saw guys like Henry Melton and Izzy, get cut up, and everybody on a defensive line started to look good. And I really feel like that's kind of happening right now with Tevin Jenkins. Like he's basically like that guy that keeps everybody, that sheriff that keeps everybody in check. You know what I'm saying? But I like Montez. I like what Montez is doing with the offensive linemen. I don't know if you guys heard this, but he's actually calling the offensive linemen out and trying to help them get better at their craft by saying, I see you do this. You should do this.
That's smart. That's smart as hell for him to do that.
Yes.
That's smart as hell,
And that's extra work, boys. That's extra work. That's a veteran doing what a veteran should be doing. And I love that part. If we're at that level with our team, bro, we might be unlocking greatness that we're not even ready for, boys. We might be looking at optimistic prime Darius over here with that Super Bowl win. You never know, bro. You never know. So, yeah, man, I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm hoping that I can do you guys right and make you guys proud out there with my pass. Dude, think about this, guys. I just thought about this and really pinch me because I'm in a dream right now. Think of 31 teams and one podcaster that's actually broke ground and been in the press box with guys like Lou Canellis and Jeff Joniak, guys like that. I mean, I'm not supposed to be there, but I'm gonna be there. So does this open up the door for you guys? Hell yeah, because I kicked it open and I knocked it down. And anyone else on the 31 teams, like Me Too, the Me Too clause is in effect now, boys. And I think everybody. I thank you guys. I thank the Chicago Bears organization. I think all of the listeners and stuff. I'm just grateful for just being in this space, and I hope I make you guys proud and I get, a lot of pictures and videos and all that good stuff,
That's
Yeah,
why
don't ever feel like
put
you
the
don't
work in,
belong, bro.
man.
If
Put
you
the
got
work
that,
in,
if you
man.
got that pass, you definitely belong, bro.
Yeah,
Don't feel like you
proud of
don't.
you, man. You did your thing. You put the work in, man. You're a prime example. When you put the work in, be patient, never give up. This what happens, man.
Now, you guys are fathers, right? And here's the thing about having a father mindset. And not that you guys are my kids. I'm not. Don't do not throw punch me when I see you guys in public. Okay. But my point is, like, I feel like I wish I could take you guys in the car. Let's go. Let's get there and all be, you know what I'm saying? But this might be part of that journey, and I'm hoping it is,
Progress is a process, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And if they trust the Chicago Sports Podcast brand, I'm just a placeholder for y'all to come in, show up and show out and be there, dude, I'm looking at you guys right now and y'all are in different parts of the country. So it's going to be, you know what I mean? I'm like, I just figured this out. I'm just like, dude, you got the East Coast. Yeah, we got the right coast, got the left coast, all in the house. But hey, man, I guarantee you, if we needed a guy and you'd be there in the press box, I guarantee you guys would be wheels up, no question. Especially Darius. Darius would be wheels up.
Yes, indeed.
You got that. Do you guys? Hey, Darius, have you ever told? Are you comfortable with telling everybody what you do or no?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I work for Delta. I do tooling for Delta Airlines.
He's a genius, dude. He fixes all the stuff, man. He freaking puts it all together. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Interesting job, man.
And you can fly anywhere in the country, right, bro?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Isn't that cool, guys?
Anywhere that Delta flies.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's what's up.
And he's a workaholic, Q and BJ. This guy, I mean, he puts in the hours, bro. The hours are bananas, man.
Yeah, I own a barbershop too.
What?
nice.
Yeah.
Bro, bring your clippers. I need a good lineup when you come out, bro. Let's go.
Yes, indeed, man.
Dude, you know what you should do, Darius? You should start a podcast for Chicago Sports Podcast or your own, whatever. And you should do a podcast in a barbershop, bro. That would be legit. That would be cool. I mean, we're basically doing a freaking podcast in the barbershop. Hey, when my barber moved to Arizona, he broke my heart, bro. Like me and my coworker, we didn't know what to do. Like, I was like, "Can I get a hug?" I don't know what to do. I feel weird, man. Like, is it still? Are we masculine? Are we okay? Like, I didn't know. I almost cried, bro. And to this day, I still haven't found a replacement. I don't know if I will. Even inside the barbershop, guys. Even inside. And what's weird? My guy wasn't even into sports, but he listened to my stuff and he got geeked on it. And then I listened to him and his he did this what do they call that? Where they do the crazy lifting and field stuff and all that stuff in the gym and you know what I'm talking about, right? Where they pull on the ropes and they do all the
You talk. I know what you're talking about. It's called
It's not
Hugh's got to know, dude.
Pyrotechnics, that's dealing with fire and all that other stuff.
No, it's not that. It's
called
you live in the gym, bro. You know what I'm talking. You better be living in the gym, man.
Yeah,
See this guy with the shirt off, man. He makes us all look bad, bro.
Pretty much staying there, but I'm lost right now.
You know what I'm talking about? The guys. Is there anybody in the freaking chat that can help a brother out? Anyways, man. Anyways, he does all that. He does the warrior stuff and the freaking the marathons, running and all this kind of stuff. But dude, he would legit listen to all of my bullshit, man. The podcast, everything, man. Great guy. Great, line me up. Great. You guys see me. I'd always be on the drive home, taking pictures and stuff. Somebody even called me out like, you shouldn't be taking selfies after you left it on the road, you know. I'm like, bro, you got to keep that down. I actually got some freaking police officers that follow me on the freaking chat and stuff, man. You know. So yeah, man, it's like a podcast in there, ain't it, fellas?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, indeed. It gets kind of hot and heavy in there sometime, man.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the stuff.
That beach, man, you gotta. It's really filling out too, man. You're catching up to Darius, man.
Oh, my beard.
Oh yeah.
Darius got me beat though. Look at his. His is just.
Yeah, mine looking funny now, man. I ain't really had time to get to it, but
I like it, bro.
I think about cutting it down, man.
What's that?
So I trim mine
I
sometimes.
think about cutting it down, like, you know,
to kind of
I
even it
mean,
out
down
a little
to
bit.
like face level.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To face level. You gonna trim it down to face level?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I was thinking
with
about
that.
I got mine like on a 3.5 area where I just kind of keep it like that. The more I let it grow out, the more gray shows up, and I don't like that.
Embrace your grayness. Embrace it.
Oh yeah.
What?
Listen, man.
Embrace your greatness. I got a few strands in here. I'm embracing it.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for all this to turn gray.
I come in on both sides.
Same
here.
Yeah. It just stays right here, won't go nowhere else.
The barbershop I used to go to in Gary, that man, this dude, he would have a sprayer, and I was like, man,
oh, that Beijing you were putting.
He's got to be my age, bro. But every time he would hit the sprayer, and all of a sudden his grays that were popping up would go away, and it went to like this jet black. Like, man, he looks like so much younger when he gets that spray on, man. He even hit the top of his head with it, man. So
you gotta be careful with that, though, man.
Chemicals.
You're gonna be out here looking like Spice.
Yeah.
Spice. Spice is hilarious, bro. I can't get enough of his content, man. He's ridiculous.
Spice.
Did you guys see the barbecue one where he's an uncle and then he lets young blood cook for him or something, you know?
Yeah.
with his little earbud, with his little phone thing in his ear.
Yeah.
And either the cigarette or the toothpick.
Yeah. He's got the walk where he's just swinging that arm. All right, guys. So what's your nugget of the day? Who do you got? Like, who's your underdog or anybody? You guys got any parlays or bets out there that we could probably, look into?
Well, I mean, for me, like I told you guys earlier this week, man, roll with the kickers, man. You can't go wrong. I mean, of course, you got to pick the right game, but kickers get you paid, man.
Yeah.
Kickers get you paid.
I've been listening to that. I think I did a little like an 8-leg. Well, not little, because 8 legs is a lot when most of us got 2 and others got 4. But dude, 8-leg freaking parlay, man, for $850 on a $10 deal for these picks on Underdog Fantasy, and they match your first $1,000 and 50% of your first $2,000. So it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. With 8 legs, I played like 3 different games on that.
I put a kicker or 2 on there, bro. I listened to what you said, bro. I did. There was one with 1.5 field goals. I'm like, sure, you're gonna make 1.5 field goals. I just want to know if a freaking half a field goal is a doink, or how do they figure that out?
Don't matter as long as it goes through the uprights, dog.
As long as it goes in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then that would be the over. What about you, Q? You got any nuggets for us, bro?
The one I see right now, I got the Chargers -3, man.
Chargers? Okay.
Chargers -3. I like that matchup.
Gotcha. Over the Raiders.
Yeah. I think they're gonna smash the Raiders. I was gonna give points, but nah, I'm leaving it right there.
I think I got Bowers. For my fantasy football team, and I think I picked him on Underdog Fantasy.
He's hurt, so I don't know if he's gonna be good.
No, he's scratched. He's good to go. He's gonna play through his hurt. Yeah, he's all right.
I think
at that age,
that game is gonna be interesting though, because the Chargers is going through a little identity thing, identity switch. So, I mean, we all know Herbert is a good quarterback, but his weapons are kind of limited. He's going to be dependent on a lot of young guys.
I
So,
trust
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh.
New system too. So
yeah, it's a new system all the way around.
I know what I was going to ask you guys. What's your most excited? I'm sorry, man. I know I was like, let's leave early, but I just wanted to get Jurko and then we could do our thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's pay the bills really quick. I got to pay my bills for Bridges Scoreboard, Northwest Indiana Sports Headquarters with the Hall of Fame menu and the coldest beer in Chicagoland. We got Worst Stadium Club where we're going to have number 46 Doug Plank up there from 1 to 3. So I'll see you guys up there. We've got Underdog Fantasy, the number 1 drop in CSP promo code, and they'll match your first $1,000. They're great, man. Love them. And then your first 2,000, 50% off CSP, guys. And you can get in on a bet as little as $10 and win a whole lot of cash, man. So I'm excited about that. Serendipity Ice Cream Parlor, where it's always summertime at Serendipity Ice Cream Parlor. We got River Street Tavern. I'll be out there in West Dundee. I got a birthday to go to tomorrow night at around 5:00. One of the Jim's gonna be. He's got a birthday up there, his 75th birthday, so that's gonna be cool. Should be some other Bears up there too, man. Might even see your dad up there, BJ. I don't know. So
you'll see him at the game. He'll be at the game.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to link up with him and make sure that I get to see him wherever he's at, what he's doing, man. But always love seeing him, man. And you too. You better come around now. What do you call it? Yeah, that's pretty much it, boys. That's all of our sponsors and all that. We've got one that's brewing in the works. I'm excited about that and some things coming on down the road. We'll be up there Sunday. We'll be up there Sunday in the morning over at CBTG Tailgating Club at 2200 South Wabash Avenue in Chicago. We're going to have Jim Miller up there signing autographs and all that kind of stuff. So before I go grab my press box, credentials and all that stuff, I just printed out what is that? The Waldron lot for my parking credentials and stuff. It was pretty cool, man. So I got to get in there on the parking garage and all that cool stuff. So yeah, man, good times, a lot of good stuff going on, down the road, you boys. Hopefully we all get together and get to one of these games, man. What do you guys think? If we come out strong like we think we are, you think that'll move you guys in the right direction to come to one of these games, man?
Oh no, they don't have to. They don't have to jump out strong. You just give us a proper date and time. I know for me, I'm speaking. I don't want to speak for nobody else, but speaking for me, hell, they can be 0-8. If you want to hang out, we can hang out. It don't matter.
I'll be in Chicago. I guess for the Rams game.
Oh, is that's week 4? That's week 4.
I'll be there.
That's the next home game. Okay.
I'll be out there Saturday night until Monday.
Oh, Saturday night. Sweet, man.
I was going to say.
Yeah, are you staying up in a hotel or you got friends or what's going on, man?
I ain't figured that one out yet, man. Me and my cousin there, so we still got to make the plans on that. But the tickets, the game tickets and the plane tickets are bought. So
wow.
Listen, man.
Okay.
All right. Trying to jack the prices up on them game tickets this year, man.
And the flight tickets are up too, Darius. You gotta pay to
worry about no flight tickets.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm just speaking on behalf of you. Gotta, people are complaining about the flight tickets, but hey, man, you gotta play to fly, man.
Fine.
Hey, man, listen.
It was fine. It was that damn ticket for the games.
Listen, the tickets are a lot cheaper if you book. The further out you book, the cheaper the tickets.
Oh yeah, see, I bought the plane tickets months ago.
And it's always good. It's always good to book on a Tuesday.
Yes.
Well, that's what's happening with my friend. Yes. That's what's happening with my friend that lives in Atlanta and Chicago. Him and his wife, they got to travel there and to New Jersey because they got her mom out there and they got one of their main homes in Atlanta. And then they got a up in the, what do they call that? Like a penthouse or whatever you call it, like, apartments with the high rise type
Condo?
thing. Thank you, condo. Yeah, they're up in a condo there too. So whenever they gotta move, they're all over the place, and it's like moments notice. It's not way out like you said. So I could see where they're like, man, the ticket prices are so much right now that he can't go with her. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's always the further out you book, the cheaper the flight.
And my first stop's gonna be Harold's.
Harold's, okay. Hey, Q,
Harold's
you still
singing?
coming out here for the Cardinals game?
Yeah, I'm debating it.
Shoot, let me know because I'm gonna be at that game.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
That should be a good game. I should go to that game. That sounds like a good game.
Come on,
Arizona, man. I haven't been to Arizona since I was a kid.
What is that? November? Is that November?
No, it's no, it is. It's November 3rd.
So while it's getting cold, I mean, it'd be cold tomorrow here, boys.
It's not gonna be cold here. It's November 3rd.
Be cooking out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get to go thaw out over there, bro. That's what.
Okay, it'll be nice.
I'm saying here it's going to be cold. That's starting tomorrow.
November.
It's going to be like a high of like 60 or something.
Yeah, it'll be 80 some degrees tomorrow. It was like 85 today.
85.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's 111 here today.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's why you got that nice tan, BJ, that I can't get, bro. I can't get that right now. It's getting cold, bro. I'm trying. So what do you guys think outside of the Bears game? What are you guys most excited for? Was it tonight, man? Did I ruin your night?
You didn't ruin it. I mean, I was looking forward to it, but I didn't ruin it.
Hey, man, if Jurko said it was the only time he can get on, man.
Oh no, it's good. No,
the guest was great, man.
Great.
Yeah, I would have rather do
that was dope.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it wasn't him, we probably would have bumped it to 8 and kept it shorter, so you guys could have caught more of the game. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as the time goes, do you guys want to keep it at 9 on Thursdays now that football's back, or do you want to cut it back to 7 like we did before?
I would prefer 9.
9.
It'll be easier for me, but
what's the earliest you guys could go?
8.
8, yeah.
8.
All right, so let's try 8, because I think like what we might have better,
What is that? Eastern time or Central time?
That's
Central
time.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'd be 9 your time. It'd be
so what happens when
it'd be 9 for us, Q.
So what happened when the time switches?
And I guess it would stay the same. It just switch. The time switches. It just
it doesn't change here. I'm just saying for you guys. Everybody.
Oh no, it's straight here. It's straight here.
No, because the time doesn't change here.
Yeah. Arizona's on their own time.
Oh, it says. Hey, you guys got it. You guys got it good too. I just want to let you know that when we get older, bro, we don't look so good. You guys are blessed, man. You guys look younger. Your skin looks better. I'm seriously jealous, guys. I'm seriously. We look all pasty and crusty and stuff. So like, it's bad, dude. It's bad.
You know what they say? They say black don't crack.
In some cases, it do.
Yeah.
In some cases, that shit cracks and does a whole lot of other shit.
You just got to know how to take care of it, right? That's all.
Yeah. You got to take care of yourself.
You just got to take care of yourself, man. Doesn't matter which way you are.
You can't overindulge in too much.
Don't put that nonsense in your body.
Yeah, because it's people, my friends that grew up that's younger than me.
Yeah.
10 years older than me, man.
Woo.
Dang. What is this, Brett? Breaking news about Atlanta rapper. What is this?
Rich homie Quan, man. It's unfortunate, man.
See?
He had a nice.
What is a drug overdose?
Yeah.
33. 33.
34.
right
He was
there,
34.
His birthday next month. His birthday's next month.
He'll
He
be
died
34.
He died a month before his birthday.
Dang.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He had a nice run from, let me see, 2012 till about maybe 2015. He had a pretty good run. 2014,
Man, this
2015.
this Mongo jersey's still a little tight. I don't think I'm gonna break it out.
The guy gave it to me. It says Mongo HOF on the back, dude. He gave it to me at in Canton. little tight, man. Little tight, you know.
You're gonna struggle trying
Hey,
to get that
man,
thing
it
off.
looks good, man. It
Yeah,
looks
you
good
can pull
on
it
you, man.
off. You can pull it off.
It looks good sitting down, fellas, but let me let you know, man. the undershirt I got under here, I got to take it out. It's a little moist, you know.
Don't put
right around the southern regions, as Jurko would say.
don't
Right
put
around
that
the
don't
belly.
put no hoodie under that thing though.
Black cracks. Hey, look at Wit. She got a joke for you guys. I ain't gonna say it.
No, that's true. That's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
definitely.
That's what I was saying.
It cracks
Yeah.
and crumbles.
That's what I was saying.
That's how you putting that poison in your body.
That's what I was saying. That's the ones people I grew up with look 10 years, 20 years older than me.
Damn, bro. Well, on that note, I think the special game that I like is hold up. I think it's the Lions and the Rams. I'm really excited about that because I've heard a lot of good stuff about the Rams, and I'm wondering how they're going to facilitate the loss of Aaron Donald, if they're going to still have a good push up front. I want to see with that head coach, the innovative head coach, if they're going to build off of last year's, growth in the offense without having their star-studded receiver. Cooper Kupp was injured for a while, so they found other nuggets, to help them out. So
their offense is going to be lethal. I think their defense might take a little hit. And I don't think it's going to be a major hit, but I think it'll take a little hit. But I think their offense is going to be
They're gonna beat Detroit.
Yeah,
that would be nice. And I'm looking forward to that little guy.
I hope I'm wrong. I hate Detroit, man. I hate their fans now, man. Oh my God.
Guys, I'm excited about that Blake Corum from Michigan. I want to see him battle for that starting position as a running back. For the Rams. Yeah, Blake Corum, little guy. So that'll be cool, man.
Mighty Mouse.
There you go.
Yeah, he's strong runner, man. Real strong.
Yeah. Yep. That's a lot coming from somebody in Georgia for sure. You guys got all the talent over there, man.
I'm in tune with the college game, man.
Yeah. That's NFL University there, man. Georgia. Unbelievable. You're from Georgia?
It's some guys that don't believe that Florida and Texas, they might have a few things to say about that too.
Bro, Texas has a game. They're playing Michigan, right? Isn't Texas playing Michigan this weekend?
Yeah, I think they're gonna beat the hell out of Michigan, man.
That would be cool.
I hope so.
Hold on, fellas. I gotta get Darius on this.
Oh boy.
Since you down in Atlanta, man. How about that team that school that's downtown Atlanta? How you like what they did to themselves?
Georgia Tech.
To them Seminoles.
Let me tell you something, man.
I was thinking about you watching that game, yo.
But see, Georgia Tech is not as bad as people try to make them.
They got beat by 2 teams. Florida State.
They're just not Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy how people in Atlanta, they don't even take a second look at Georgia Tech, and they got just as many championships as Georgia got. You know what I'm saying? But as far as my Seminoles, man, we made a mistake at the quarterback position, and I knew it. I never liked that guy, man. When he came to Tallahassee, I knew it was gonna be a challenge.
You know when it's crazy you say that, because I put Florida State on my ticket, but I forgot that he was starting quarterback until I seen him on the field. I was like, oh shit, that shit gonna bust my ticket. And it damn sure did, man.
Yeah, man.
I forgot that bum was on the team.
His position should have changed years ago, man.
All bets on Notre Dame.
Notre Dame?
Well, they did win me some money this weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, that quarterback. I played the quarterback on one of my parlay sheets with underdog. And
Okay.
Notre Dame. Yeah, he did all right. He did the job.
You really getting into that underdog, aren't you, Darius? I hear
Man,
you talking about it more and more, bro.
I've been playing underdog for like about 3 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but just recently you were able to enter in that CSP promo code, bro.
But see, I was already in by then.
Yeah,
And,
but when you enter the promo code CSP, it changes. Just try to do it. See what happens.
yeah. I definitely will.
Yeah, just CSP. That's it.
Okay.
So that way we get a little love, a little bit of credit because we were low last year, but we're really trying to skyrocket it and show all the stuff that's going on right now. You can get an easy pick right now. All you have to do is bet on Kelsey to get half a reception, bro. What is that?
Half a reception. Well, he just got
Just one catch. One catch.
Yeah.
that ain't a half a reception. You mean he just got to touch the ball, huh?
Yeah, because you gotta get over anything 0.5. You just get, if it's 35.5, you gotta get 36. So when they say 0.5 and you get one, you win.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
Unrelated.
Half a catch. What the hell is a half a catch?
What I'm saying is that you just get one catch, because like we all know, if you break even, you lose. Right?
Yeah. The house.
So that's why they say 0.5. It makes it a lot more intriguing when you betting because all they have to do is catch the ball one time. And it turns green.
Hey guys, this is the picture right now on Instagram that went viral, and I invited Devin Hester as a collaborator to accept this picture on his behalf. So half of his profile, well, all of his profile and his account would take it on, and then my account took it on, obviously, and he accepted, man, and he's got a lot of friends and family and fans that are really liking it. I took this picture right on stage, bro.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Him and Andre, because they went to the same college and stuff, so they sat them together. So, and then
University of Miami.
Yeah.
Yep. And then there's one, a big,
Franny.
Franny. And then let's see. Oh no, that's me and Tillman. Yeah, that's pretty. Hey, did you see this one, Q?
Which one is that?
Jordan.
That's Jordan, his wife, and then you see me in the maroon shirt with my media pass on there with the green.
Look like you taking a selfie, man. What's up?
So I just took a picture of him right here,
Mm-hmm.
looking in my direction, and I was posting it on social media. And then my boy on the other side took a picture of me and Jordan in the same pic, So
That's iconic, man.
Little proof.
Imagine if he was looking up.
And you know what I realized from the seat that started at 12, if you count 4 back, he was in my seat and his wife was in my buddy's seat who was sitting right next to me in the front row. He was in Michael Jordan was in my seat, and believe me, I let him debo the shit out of that. I did not say one word.
What were you going to do? You weren't going to tell him no, were you?
I wasn't going to tell him that's my seat. That's Michael Jordan's seat. When he walks into a venue, he becomes the freaking venue. He's the GOAT. I know better. I ain't dumb. They didn't scan him like normal people. They didn't scan him to see if he had any metal or anything on him. He just, Michael Jordan. And then the eyeballs got the biggest saucers and he just walked right through like it was a ghost. You know what I'm saying? And he just sits down wherever he wants. No ticket, no nothing, bro. No problems here at all. It's cool, But as soon as he left, I took my seat back.
Yeah. What do you say to Michael Jordan if he's in your seat? Excuse me, sir. anything you say, you're gonna sound like a little kid. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'll probably have security escort me out, you know. That's probably and that'll be the last media pass I'll ever get for Chicago for sure, man. My buddy's like, "Did you get his autograph?" I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me? What are you saying right now?" You know? Yeah, it was crazy, but yeah, man. It was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool. Hey, it's in Ohio, bro. I can't even get that in the area right here. You know, I can't get that from Michael in the area, bro. So. Yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool. And then all the greatness that was on the you know, all them boys, man. Look at that. Let me show you guys this picture real quick. It's been a while since we were together, man.
Yeah.
That's me and George. Oh, look at all these guys, man. Look at that squad, dude. Look at that squad, man. Here's that. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Peyton.
Yeah,
Sheriff.
Peyton, bro.
That's my favorite quarterback, man.
Marcus Allen, bro. Marcus Allen. And look at all these golden jackets, bro. The class of 24 and Misty. Hey, look at this. You guys want to see a creeper pick? Every time Coach Harbaugh, he sat right behind me, and all these boys from the Niners sat right behind me for Patrick Willis. But look at this pick. This is the only pick I could get of Harbaugh. Doesn't this look like a creepy pick? This is bad, bro. This is bad. This is bad. That's the only one I could get because every time I went to go shake his hand, he sat legit right behind me, guys. And who was the other guy? Navarro Bowman. I would say, hey, listen, sir, I got to tell you, I knew who it was because I saw the tats, everything I was talking. I said, listen, sir, we have a plethora of linebackers going from way back in the day, Singletary, all of them up until now. But if there's one linebacker I would want on my team, it's that golden jacket coming up, Patrick Willis. He goes, Navarro Bowman was pretty good too. And I just rolled my eyes and I'm like, eh. And he snarled at me, dude. He snarled at me.
Hey, believe it or not, Navarro Bowman was a pretty good basketball player coming out of DC.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Look at there's me and Jeff Joniak, bro. That badge make my belly look big. That's what I'm standing on. And then there's my where I got to ask those guys questions and stuff. That was pretty cool. There was like a sea full of people, like 50 of them. And then there's that crew right there, man.
Nice.
Freaking. And then what do you call it? Matt what do you call it? Buckus, Matt Buckus, Dick Buckus's son.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty cool. Yep. And then there's the whole squad out on the field when I had the field pass, man. More field pictures there. And then me and Jarrett finally ended up meeting in the he was shopping with his family and stuff, so I was pretty quick about it. And his mom was in there, you know, Walter's wife and all that kind of stuff. There's my buddy and Lou Canellis. And I got a picture of me and Lou Canellis. Why am I showing a picture of my buddy and Lou Canellis? Where's that picture?
I was finna say, man, you shrunk.
Yeah, I'm like, I look different in that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
because I know Lou Canellis not your height.
Yeah. There's a picture of me and Mongo's locker. That's where I started off with. And then there's me fisting Mongo, give him a fist bump. Damn, why do I got my buddy? Maybe he messed with my computer. I bet you he took my picture out and put his dang picture in with Luke Canellis. That's ridiculous, man. Come on. I'm gonna call him up, man. Oh, did you guys see this? When I had my son and Hampton.
Hampton still looks good, man.
Yeah, and there's Otis, O-Dog, and then there's the Cubs. Yeah, it's been a good ride so far, boys. We got a lot in store for 24, man.
Yeah. If you guys who ain't never been to the NFL Hall of Fame, man, you should go, man.
You know,
hey, let's all go next year together. You know what we should do? We should get I got one of those Airbnbs and it's cheaper that way. I only ended up paying like $300 for like 4 nights, guys.
You know what's crazy? I lived out there in Akron for years.
Yeah.
I never been over there.
Really?
Yeah, I go there every summer. I still haven't been over there, man.
There ain't nothing going on in Canton, man, besides that, right?
Yeah, there's
That's
nothing
it.
going on in Ohio besides that.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, I grew up. I lived out there for years, man. Growing up as a kid, man. Got hella family out there. I go out there all the time. Still yet has not been in that building.
Where is that picture with me and freaking Luke? Man, I'm getting angry. I gotta stop. Hey, here's Frank Gore right there.
Yeah.
Dude, one of my favorite running backs. Seriously, man, he's a beast. And then this guy, huge supporter of veterans, man. Tillman. Tillman.
Yeah.
There's
his pop
look
was he's
look at
military.
me. Look at me telling Brian, what do you call it? McCaskey a story, man. My buddy took a good picture of that. I'm getting really excited there, you know, and he's just laughing, having a good old time. Funny thing about Brian is he can only hear most of what you say because he's actually like deaf, mostly deaf. So I don't know what he's laughing at, except probably my face, you know. Good freaking dude, man. Solid, good dude, man. Really good dude. This was cool, man. This was probably one of my favorite pictures. Yeah. My buddy says, man, how the hell did you make Spice look small? Well, here's a guy. Here's an offensive lineman. You guys probably remember. I just sent. There's Manley. This guy. Ayupati or something like that.
Ayupati.
Big Samoan from the Niners.
49ers, yeah.
My buddy said I almost make him look small too. Like we're almost like same height almost, you know. So that was my last good haircut from my from my man. I'm getting tearing up.
Not bad.
Tearing up right now, man. I'm tearing up. Yeah, that's pretty. Oh, look at this one. Who's that on the far right? Emmett, bro. Y'all know who's on the far left.
Yeah.
And then there's a 376 that they had on the floor there. All the parties were everywhere else except Mongo's. Mongo's was actually in the Hall of Fame. And I got 40% off at the store. And it's like a lifetime deal where you get 40% off all merchandise at the Hall of Fame. So I'm going to get myself a Hester bobblehead doll, a hat, and a shirt, and all kinds of stuff. So, yep. All right, boys, that's about it. That includes our show. Sorry I ran it so long. It's just been so long since we've been together, man.
Cool, man.
A blessing.
Pleasure to work with you guys as usual, man.
Yeah.
Always a time.
Yep. All right, guys. Good night, man.
All right. Bear down.
Bear down.
When we see each other again, we'll be able to talk about the game. Hopefully one.
Oh man, he's calling it. He's speaking it into existence. I love it.
So you're saying we won't be stressed out?
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
All right, no doubt, fellas. Peace.